Hi there, this is Steven with Karma Astrology. I was coming to you live from Santa Fe, New Mexico to do this daily moon forecast that I do. And this forecast is a sidereal astrology forecast using the sidereal orientation of the zodiac. And I also incorporate Indian astrology into it. I'm a Vedic astrologer, so a little bit of a different perspective on astrology, but the same underlying principles apply. So, today, the moon, as you can see down in the corner over here, is MO, the light blue turquoise colored symbol. That is in the sign of Sagittarius. And now it's right in the middle of Sagittarius today. Sagittarius is the sign, it's the fire dual Jupiter sign. So it has to do with being passionate, being belief-oriented, having this sort of expansion of consciousness and expansion of meaning in our lives. A sense of hope is also associated with Jupiter and through its masculine nature in Sagittarius. And this fire kind of allows us to be more of like a preacher or a teacher or someone that's a leader figure that is guiding kind of a guiding light for people in terms of their principles and their spirituality. So when the moon comes into Sagittarius, we feel a lot more connected to those principles and our sense of spirituality. It makes us get bigger with our thoughts and think more expansively and connect with values that we really agree with. Now, moon, as you can see next to it, it shows the degree, and then beyond that you see PSH, and that's the Sanskrit word Purva Ashada. That's just a little, abbreviated version of Purva Ashada. And Purva means the earlier, or the former, and Ashada means victory, or invincible. So it's kind of the earlier victory. That's what it's, obviously translates to. And it really represents this sense of kind of aggressive action and the ability to stand up and fight for our principles in a lot of ways, and how that leads us to victory in life because we're actually acting on our principles and we're standing up for a cause, for some sort of truth, or maybe our perspective, but hopefully our perspective is aligned with truth. That's when we're really successful. Excuse me. So Purvashada is ruled by Appa, or the god of water, and Appa just symbolizes or connects Purvashada energy with this sense of whatever water brings, which is a cleansing or purifying type of energy. Water is also kind of emotional, so it taps into our emotional desires and maybe any sort of feeling of connection or just feelings in general, our emotions. And so when the moon comes into this part of the zodiac, we feel more passionate, we feel a little more emotional, and it's a good time to cleanse ourselves on days like today. Good time to take a shower, take a bath, and make it spiritual, make it meaningful, give it that sort of cleansing and purifying and spiritual nature to it. That's a good time to do our spiritual practices in general, and you'll see that when you do your spiritual practices that you're maybe making more progress spiritually. You're kind of tuning in your awareness more to the universe, to this divine, connected, watery nature of existence. And then let's see, the symbol of Purvashada, there's a few symbols. One is an elephant's tusk, and the elephant's tusk is to symbolize this sense of kind of latent power and authority and courage that only the big bad I don't know about bad, but the biggest, strongest, most powerful male elephants have the biggest tusks, and so they have this sort of hierarchy, social hierarchy within elephants based on their tusks and how much power they have. And obviously that deals with your ability to fight or to to go into battle courageously in a way. But it also shows tusks grow over the course of the elephants, I think, their whole lives, or at least from puberty on. So it's this well-earned power and vigor and strength that comes from, experience and time. Although it's this section of the zodiac, or this nakshatra, is the earlier, as opposed to the later ashada, or the later victorious one, which is tomorrow's. So today kind of has to do with luck and your ability um, to take charge and to make a difference and just stand up and fight for your beliefs. So keep that in mind as you go through your day. We're just on the verge of Jupiter entering Aquarius. If you can see, right, I always point to the wrong direction, but right there, that JU in orange is Jupiter. And you can see there's 30 degrees in the sign, and 29, 38, I think, is where Jupiter is right now. So it's right about to enter Aquarius, and I'm going to talk all about that tomorrow. Otherwise, let's see. That'll be actually a really nice and big shift in our consciousness, as Jupiter is this big expansive sign, as I've been talking about, and how it is when Jupiter itself shifts from one sign to the next, it really changes where we look for inspiration and where we look for meaning in our lives. So that's going to be a big deal, and for each of us, that's going to be in a different house of our chart. So you kind of have to know what your rising sign is and in the sidereal zodiac in order to understand how it's going to affect your life personally. And I can help you with that if you're interested. Otherwise, let's see, I can show you a little picture of what it looks like in the sky. So Purvashada is actually the bow of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the archer, or the centaur, in the sky. So here we go. Bing, bang, boom. Alright, I'm going to take away my picture here. So you can see, I took Tokyo because even though I'm in the United States, Tokyo is where the moon is in the sky at night, so it's easier to see with the background of the stars on this timeanddate.com app. So you can see right here that I think you can see where I'm pointing, maybe not, but the moon is directly over that kind of arch, or that vertical bow shape that you see in Sagittarius. And that's kind of the fiery, it's symbolic of the ability to shoot arrows and the ability to stand tall and take action on our principles. So you can see that the moon is in that kind of symbolic area of Sagittarius that has to do with that aggressive principle in a way. And that kind of leads us to today's, here, let me get back and switch screens. Yeah, that kind of, the last thing I'll talk about is there we go, the favorable and unfavorable activities on today, so that you have a good idea of what you can work on, or maybe try to avoid. So it's a good day to take on courageous activities, situations that involve courage and strength. It's a good day to make a statement and to kind of stand up and, inspire others perhaps. It's actually a good day to take on challenges and confrontations that you might have been avoiding recently. It's a good day for healing as well, because that fits into the watery element of this sign. It's a good day to visit watery places or take baths, like I said. Any sort of connection you can make with water is great on a day like today. And to do art, it's a good day for sex and sexual activity, because this sign has a lot of vigor and stamina. And then unfavorable activities for the day would be activities which require a little more diplomacy and tact, just any sort of calm reflection, completing things, kind of, because this is such a strong starting energy, it's not the greatest day to kind of finish certain tasks that we've been working on necessarily. It's also apparently not a good day to take journeys via land. It's better for a water-faring type of day, so if you can get on a boat or whatever, that would be auspicious for a day like today, as we would say in Vedic astrology. So yeah, that's the basic wrap-up for the day. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe bell if you want to see more of these. And yeah, otherwise, have a great day, and I'll catch you later.